Welcome inside the CEC TV studios, where it's time for the latest edition of Trailblazer Weekly. I'm your host, Keric Seegmiller. Today we'll recap the latest men's basketball, softball, and baseball, as well as women's golf results. We'll also have a player profile feature with softball junior outfielder Janessa Bassett, and we'll take a look at the top 5 plays from the month of February. Let's not waste any time. Let's get this thing started. Trailblazer Weekly starts now. We tip off the show today with men's basketball as the Trailblazers headed to Irvine, California last week to try to snap a 3-game Pac-West tournament losing streak. Dixie State entered the tournament as the 3 seed and were matched up with 6-seeded Point Loma. DSU rallied from a 20-point second half deficit to tie the game on a Zach Hunter 3-pointer with less than 30 seconds to play, but the Sea Lions scored on a tip-in as time expired on the ensuing possession to earn a 71-69 win. Trevor Hill finished with a team-high 17 points in the loss, while Zach Hunter added 14 points. With the loss, Dixie State was forced to scoreboard watch the remainder of the weekend to see if it would receive an at-large berth to the Division II NCAA tournament. And on Sunday, the Trailblazers received the news they were all waiting for all weekend.
The Tritons will take on Dixie State.
Dixie State enters the West Regional as the 8th seed and will play the host and top-seeded UC San Diego on Friday at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. To the diamond now as the number 12 ranked softball team opened Pac-West play with doubleheaders versus Holy Names on Saturday and Sunday. The Trailblazers ended both games in 5 innings on Saturday, taking Game 1 by a 9-1 count and earning a 9-0 victory in Game 2. DSU dominated defensively, allowing just 4 hits and striking out 11 batters on the day. Brooklyn Beardshire set the tone defensively, tossing 4 perfect innings with 6 strikeouts before being replaced heading into the 5th inning in Game 1. Maddie Dove continued the dominance in the pitcher's circle in Game 2, throwing a 3-hit gem with 4 strikeouts to earn her first career complete game shutout victory. Dixie State then rolled to a doubleheader sweep of Holy Names on Sunday, winning 14-3 in the first game and 12-1 in the second game. The Trailblazers turned 25 hits into 26 runs on the day to wrap up the 4-game series sweep of the Hawks. We'll tell you who the softball team will take on today a little bit later in the show. To baseball now as the number 18 ranked Trailblazers also opened Pac-West play with doubleheaders versus Holy Names on Saturday and Sunday at Brucehurst Field. Dixie State opened the 4-game series with a split of the Saturday doubleheader with the Hawks. Trailblazers got 7 solid innings from junior starter Dylan File in taking the opener by a 9-2 score, while a late DSU rally came up short as the Hawks escaped with a split in a Game 2 slugfest, which ended in a 12-9 victory for Holy Names. The Trailblazers then picked up their first Pac-West Conference Series win of the season in convincing fashion, sweeping Holy Names in a Sunday doubleheader at Brucehurst Field. DSU posted a season high in runs and tied a school record with 24 hits en route to a 23-5 rout of the Hawks in Game 1 and completed the series win with a 7-3 triumph in the 7-inning finale on Sunday. To the golf course now, as Dixie State posted a 6th place finish at the 2017 Missouri-St. Louis hosted Las Vegas Desert Classic played at the Primm Valley Golf Club in Primm, Nevada. After battling 50 to 60 mile-per-hour wind gusts in Sunday's opening round, the Trailblazers found the playing conditions more to their liking on Monday as DSU posted its 2nd lowest round of the season with a 25 over 313, which was a 21-shot improvement from the team's opening loop. Sophomore Katie Ford recorded her 4th top 10 finish of the season as she placed 8th overall at +11 to lead the DSU effort. Meanwhile, junior Colbert Collinsworth, who co-led the tourney field in birdies with 7, carded the Trailblazers' low round of the event with a 3 over 75 to finish tied for 12th, which was her 4th top 20 showing of the year. It's almost time for our first timeout, but first, Trailblazer Weekly correspondent Shelby Young caught up with softball junior outfielder Janessa Bassett for our latest player profile feature.
My name is Janessa Bassett. I'm a junior outfielder from Stansbury Park, Utah, and I'm a biology major. I started playing softball when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I grew up playing soccer, and then I started playing softball, and just the happiness that softball brought to me compared to soccer was a lot greater. Both my parents have actually, always told me and my siblings growing up that if we're going to do something, to do it well. And so that's just kind of had an effect on my career, just because when it comes to softball, like, I want to work my hardest and do the best that I can. Sorry, it's kind of like an emotional memory for me, just because I remember, like, I wasn't expecting it at all. Because, I'm an outfielder, and I was going up against, like, pitchers and catchers, and usually, I feel like they usually get most of the accolades and things like that. And, like, there was a girl that had a ton of home runs, and, like, a pitcher, she had a super low ERA, a ton of strikeouts and things like that. And so I wasn't expecting it at all. And so when they called my name, I was just like, I was so shocked. And, like, especially when, like, they called me to be an All-American that year too. I wasn't expecting anything. And so it was just, it was just, like, super humbling. So my favorite part about softball, probably diving catches. I think they're super fun. And, like, stealing bases and stuff like that. After watching Sandlot and seeing Benny the Jet Rodriguez steal a ton of bases and stuff like that, I'd probably compare myself to him. I'd want them to remember me as, being a good person and, like, being a good teammate. There's gonna be good players. You're gonna make good plays, things like that. But at the end of the day, no one's gonna remember how good of a player you are. They're gonna remember how you treat them. Pretty much anything outdoors. I really like going to concerts. I really enjoy music. I want to say that, like, the guitar is one of my hobbies, but I'm not super great at it. And then just, like, I really like painting and stuff like that too. My plan is I really want to apply to pharmacy school and go to pharmacy school. And if that doesn't work out, then, just see where life takes me. I'm Janessa Bassett, and come check out the flavor at Carlsbrook Fields. That was awkward.
Another great player profile feature with Dixie State softball junior outfielder Janessa Bassett. Of course, Janessa and the Trailblazers at 18-3, one of the best starts in program history. So get out and watch them play. They will not disappoint you. With that, it's time to take a break. We'll take a look ahead at the next week in Trailblazer Athletics and see February's top plays right after this timeout.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
There is a place where rocks bleed and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score is unsettled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
The road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is shine on me, sun. It's gonna shine on me, sun's gonna shine on me.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back inside Trailblazer Weekly. It's time to take a look ahead at the next week in Trailblazer Athletics. We invite you to go ahead and follow along on your screen as we let you know which events are at home and which events are on the road. And as a note, we will go a little further in our look ahead as next week is spring break, so we'll get you caught up on that week as well. So go ahead, follow along on your screen. It all starts today. Softball hosting Dominican in a doubleheader starting at 3 p.m. The second game will start approximately 5 p.m. at Carl Brooks Field. Go ahead, get out and support your Trailblazer softball squad. Moving ahead to Friday, your next events, baseball hosting Concordia in the first game of the series with the Eagles. That first pitch set for 6 p.m. at Brucehurst Field in that one. And then men's basketball a little bit later in the evening in La Jolla, California. It is that first round NCAA tournament matchup with top-seeded UC San Diego. That game will tip at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. We'll have it for you on ESPN 97.7 FM as well as the audio stream on southernutahlive.com. We move to the next day on Saturday. Baseball will play a doubleheader with Concordia Irvine on Saturday. The first game starting at 4 p.m. at Brucehurst Field. The second game approximately 7 p.m. against the Eagles. Should men's basketball advance, they will play that evening as well in La Jolla in the second round game in that West Regional Tournament in California. Moving on to Sunday, baseball wrapping up their series with Concordia, taking on the Eagles at 12 noon at Brucehurst Field. And then softball, they make their way to the Hawaiian Islands. They will play a doubleheader against Hawaii Hilo. That game will first pitch at noon Hawaii time, which is 3 p.m. Mountain Time. The second game will start approximately 2 hours after that. We move forward with the look ahead. Should men's basketball again continue to advance, they will play in the West Regional Championship on Monday night, but that is not certain. So we move to Tuesday to see Tuesday and Wednesday the softball team with two doubleheaders against Chaminade that will start at 4 p.m. Hawaii time both days, which is 7 p.m. Utah time, and then the second game approximately 2 hours after that. We continue on Thursday, the 16th. Baseball will be at California Baptist. That game will start at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Mountain time. We move on to the next day. Again, a busy couple of weeks here as we go ahead to the spring break week as well, so we can let you know what's happening that week. Softball will continue their Hawaiian Island swing with a doubleheader at BYU Hawaii and Laie starting at 1 p.m. Hawaii time, which is 4 p.m. Mountain time. And then baseball will continue their series with Cal Baptist with a doubleheader starting at 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain time. We move forward to Saturday. The women's distance track getting their start on the season. They will be at UNLV that day, and then of course you see baseball on your screen. They will be at California Baptist with that series finale starting at noon Pacific, 1 p.m. Mountain time. And then wrapping up our look ahead, we take a look at Sunday. It is the softball team wrapping up their Hawaiian Island swing at Hawaii Pacific. That game will start at noon, that doubleheader I should say, will start at noon Hawaii time, which is 3 p.m. Mountain time. They'll play those two games and then make their way back to the mainland. So that's your look ahead. Now, before we wrap up the show today, we've got to take a look at the top 5 plays from the month of February. There was a lot of good stuff to choose from, but we have narrowed it down to the best 5 plays. So, without any further ado, let's roll the tape on February's top plays. Coming in at number 5, men's basketball hosting Holy Names. Trevor Hill, the steal in the second half, sharing with Brandon Simister. Oh, and he gets it right back, the two-hand throwdown. A delicious alley-oop on that play. Number 4, we stay with men's basketball against BYU Hawaii. Mr. Bradley throwing it down with one hand in traffic. Later in the game, he'd get another one. He had 3 total dunks in that game. Number 3, have you seen The Sandlot? Benny the Jet Rodriguez? Well, Miles Bice doing his best Benny the Jet impersonation, stealing home against Montana State Billings in the 6th inning. That'll earn you number 3 in our top plays. Number 2, Bailey Gaffin on the softball diamond against Montana State Billings. The bases are loaded, but not for long in the bottom of the 3rd, as she sends that one down the right field line and out of Carl Brooks Field for the grand slam. But Bailey was not done in this game. She recorded the second to last out in the game, taking the deflection off the first baseman's glove, beating the runner to the bag, and those 2 plays earning our number 2 spot. Number 1, Baylor Youngblood against Chaminade. The steal, bank it in the 3 at the buzzer. That would put Dixie State up by 19 at the time. Of course, they went on to win that game. So there you go. February's top plays in the books. Be on the lookout for the plays that you may see for March and their top plays. That'll do it for today's show. Again, we thank you for watching. Remember, you can catch all episodes of Trailblazer Weekly on demand at southernutahlive.com and on the Dixie State Athletics YouTube page. Enjoy your week. We'll see you next time on Trailblazer Weekly.